Hello, and welcome to jasonnewland.com. My name's Jason Newland. This is Let Me Bore You to Sleep. Please only listen when you can safely close your eyes. I am making a video of this today. I'm also recording it live on TikTok. So a few people will come and go and probably leave some weird messages, which I will ignore. I do have a cough. I did leave that message on Facebook, my Facebook group, which is Jason Newland's Boring Group. I developed a cough on Boxing Day, which was Friday, Saturday. So it's the third day, and I feel like it's easing up a bit, but you know what I mean? Just we notify you. Okay, so it seems to be a bit better today than it was. So happy Christmas, those of you that are still celebrating, because I don't know, I kind of think Christmas lasts for a week. For those that celebrate it, it can be, especially for kids and that, it can last kind of pretty much when you leave school till like New Year's Day. And then it's kind of over then, isn't it, I suppose? But yeah. What else do I need to tell you? Oh, all my videos or all my podcasts are uploaded onto YouTube instantly. And all my podcasts are available on my website as well as on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts and all that stuff. So if anyone's thinking, why is this so boring? It's supposed to be. It's supposed to be relaxing. And my hair is a mess, as you can probably see if you're watching the video. And it feels quite warm in here. It feels warm on my forehead, but not warm on my arms. Maybe it's because I've got such a red face that I just radiate. I'm like a walking sun, really. I radiate heat. I'm like a walking generator. Yeah. So Christmas is done, that's cool. Thank you for those of you that left me Christmas messages. That was nice. Thank you. Thanks. I hope that you got all the presents that you wanted, that you dreamt for. I'm just trying to think. I think there's only one time in my whole childhood that I wanted a specific present. And I think I was 13, probably 13, and I wanted a racing bike so that I could do my paper round quicker. And I got it. Yeah. Yeah, so I might have been 12 or 13. It's hard to tell because I started the paper round probably when I was 11. Maybe I was 12. I don't know. But I was walking around for the first year or so, and it was a bit of a slodge, if you know what I mean. Vinnie's with me. He's been a really good boy today because for the last few days he's not been eating his dinner. A lot of that is, I think, because of the treats. He's had way too many treats. And because he had some presents and stuff from neighbours and that. And he didn't want to eat his dinner. And then it turned out he just didn't want to eat the stuff I was giving him either, because that's not his favourite food. So I ordered his favourite food last night, or yesterday, got it delivered about an hour ago, and I gave him some, and he ate it all up. So, and I've not been giving him any TREETS at all today. So I kind of had to, I had to just, I don't know, it's hard because he loves them so much. But, he has to eat food. And he's just been out, took out for a walk. I can say the word walk because we literally just got back. So he's not bothered about hearing it. And I gave him a TREEET. When we got back as well, just to let him know what a good boy he's been. And the good thing, this is a kind of a weird thing that I get excited about. Maybe it's an age thing, or maybe it's just a bipolar thing, or maybe, I don't know, it's a JJ thing. I got back about, it's now 8 minutes to 5 in the afternoon. I got back about 4:30, and it was still light enough to see. I mean, I don't mean like visually, or I can't spit. I could still see where I was walking, and a week ago, 2 weeks ago, it was dark by 4. And it started to light up so much quicker, and I'm loving it. Because for the last month or two, month and a half, he's only been getting 2 walks a day because it's not been getting light till like 8:30, and then it was going dark at about 3:30. So it was kind of getting silly. So I could get him out for twice. Now I can take him out about 8 o'clock. Take him out again about midday, then take him out about 3:30, 4. So he gets 3 walks again. And I prefer that because I like to get out. Unless it's raining, then I really don't. So I'm going to say hello to Mad Oxane. Hello. I'll say hello to people who have joined me on TikTok. I'll say hello, but I won't kind of go into conversations because, I don't want to distract from the recording. But this is going to be the belated Q&A Friday, or maybe I should just do Q&A Friday next week. I'll pass it over to next week. Forget all about that, and I'll do it on Friday. Because it's now Sunday. I think I did a recording Christmas Day. I can't remember. Let me check. I can just check, can't I? It's not that complicated. I can just have a look. Let me have a look. I tell you, it's weird. Last couple of days I've had hardly anybody listen to my podcasts. Yeah, it was the 25th of December was the last one I did. So, I mean, it always gets sometimes it gets a bit quiet around Christmas time because, people have family. Not everyone, but some, perhaps people are busy visiting or being visited, or just busy being in bed, sleeping it off. I don't know. I spent quite a bit of time in bed this week. Oh, my stomach just made a weird noise. So, just trying to think. What have I done since the 25th of December? Oh, just before Christmas, the build up to Christmas, I watched from the 17th or the 11th, it might have been, of December, all the way through to the 23rd of December, EastEnders. Back to back. I skipped through a bit, I didn't watch every single second, but I skipped through, so I was ready for Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, special editions, and yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it. I haven't watched Top of the Pops. I don't know if it was on because I spent a bit of time in bed Christmas Day, so I'm not used to basing my time around what's on telly or the times that things are on telly. In fact, I didn't even watch EastEnders on telly. I watched it on the playback, the iPlayer. So, I'm not sure. I don't know, really. Just trying to think what I did Christmas Day. I didn't do a lot. See, I don't know if... what I've been doing on TikTok, by the way, is posting... Every time I do a video, every time I do a recording, So, for example, if I do a video like this, I will download it from YouTube. Or if it's a podcast episode, it will be up. I'll download it from YouTube. I will cut it so it's less than an hour long. And then I will post it onto TikTok and to Instagram. Instagram takes ages. TikTok's pretty quick. So every time I do a new recording, you can watch at least an hour worth of it. And if it's a hypnosis recording, quite often they're less than an hour. So that's what I've been doing for the last few weeks now. And you know that even that little short video I did wishing everyone a happy Christmas, I mean, that had about 280 views. Yeah, 263 were mine, but still, I mean, admittedly, it's not going... It's, yeah, I'm not Jake Paul or Mr. Beast, but what's that say? Jason, Cushy. Thanks, Cushy. Jason. So yeah, I could also probably do this on Facebook. Could I do this on Facebook? It might be a better place to do it, really, wouldn't it, on Facebook? Because I know if I do it on my Facebook group, people are gonna stay and watch, or at least stay for a little while, and I made a weird noise then. Gonna stay a little while and then come back later on. I won't get any rude messages on Facebook, on my group, because everyone on the group is there because they like what I do. So I don't know. I mean, I don't even know if anybody on TikTok that's on my that follows me, and there's not a lot. I think there's 100 and I've got 220 people, something like that. It's a small amount. I don't know if any of those actually listen to my recordings or watch the videos. I mean, the videos do get watched, but I don't know who's watching them. I get occasional, you can see when someone's liked it, sent a love, whatever thing, heart me thing. So, yeah. So Christmas, didn't really do much. Oh yeah, my neighbour cooked me a dinner, Christmas dinner. I got offered 3 Christmas dinners, can you believe it? And I had to turn down 2 because I was already sort of had one. I was like, wow. 3 people trying to poison me. I'm very fortunate. So the neighbour downstairs made me a dinner. It was so nice. Really tasty. It's like really, really. The problem is, it was a little bit too much. I stuffed it down, and I'm not used to eating a huge amount of food these days. I got a little bit lazy when it comes to food. A little bit lazy. So yeah. If you are watching this on TikTok at a later time, or now, but if you're watching it when I've posted the video on, because the video will be posted on the TikTok once I get it off of YouTube. But I have to upload it to YouTube first, which means editing it, putting this sound from the microphone onto. It's a whole big old thing to do, but it's all right. I might try next time to. I might try next time to just use this microphone that I've got here, the red one, plug it into the camera rather than using this into the TikTok, and maybe I'll just have it as it is, or because it's not being recorded, the lives don't get recorded, so it's a shame because it would be handy if it did. So thank you for those that have given me kisses or sent me love stuff, loves. I do appreciate it. Loving costs nothing, but it feels so good. Oh. So, I've been listening to some of my old recordings, the bedtime story time. They are weird. I don't know what I was on when I was doing those recordings, but they are some strange recordings. I go off into some kind of weird world. Very strange to listen to. Very surreal. I actually made myself laugh listening to them. And it was me talking. But, some of them are years old. So Kay says, I love the setup. Thank you, Kay. It's a little bit of there's a camera, there's the iPad, so the camera's filming the video for YouTube. I've got lights on all around the place, which is why I probably look even pinker than normal. The iPad is recording the live TikTok. This red camera's into the iPad. I've got my laptop to the right of me so I can look at stuff if I need to. And I've got this microphone here, which is being recorded by a recording studio. I don't know if you can see it behind me over there. I just realised this is bent over, so I need to change that. So yeah, it's kind of, that's what's going on really. That's what I'm doing. So there's quite a few bits being used at the same time. I'm also recording this on the iPad, the audio separate as well. So yeah, I'll probably do it a little bit different next time. I'll tell you what it is. Can you do a shout out for Archie and his anniversary with right, Charlie says, can I do a shout out for Archie and his anniversary? Okay, I hope that's a serious, genuine thing. When I was last on here, I was having people ask me to say things that, setting things, it's like two words separate and then it makes a naughty word. And so I have to be careful with that. So, yeah. So hello to everyone that's joined. Hello. And hello to everyone that's watching on YouTube. So, I've been watching some of my older videos because the thing is, I started doing YouTube and making podcasts before, in all fairness, for longer than some people who are actually watching this have been alive, which is kind of crazy, really. So, not all, obviously, but I started doing videos and podcasts in 2006. So, we're coming up to my 20th anniversary. I was 30... When I first started, I was 35 years old. Yeah, I was once 35 years old. My prostate worked. I didn't have to get up 7 times a night to go to the toilet. I wasn't completely invisible to women. I was semi-invisible. I've always been a bit invisible to women, but I wasn't like... I mean, women actually bang into me. They don't even see me, physically see me there. I mean, it's still human contact, so hey, take what you can, eh? And Charlie says, no, they've been together for 3 years. So congratulations, Archie, for being together with your partner. I wish everybody the best, whether you're in a relationship, whether you're not in a relationship. This is kind of a strange time of the year, in a sense of Christmas. I find, without getting, all like serious and that, I do find Christmas is that time of the year where I start to reassess stuff. Charlie says, I love your content. Thank you. I start to reassess what's going on in my life. But I said not in a kind of, well, it is kind of serious, but not, and I'm not trying to make it this serious. But then I do that all year round. I think back to things that have happened, what I've done, what I could have done different, what I should have done different, blah, blah, blah. And do I want another Christmas on my own? Would I like to have a Christmas with somebody? Would I like to have a relationship? Would I like to... I'd like to be taller. Should I get myself a hair transplant? There's lots of different things. Can you imagine that? Like, suddenly I've got this money, like, I've got to choose between a hair transplant or a nose job. It's like, which one should I go for? Penis extension. I mean, that'd have to be first, wouldn't it? You can get them, It's not because I've not investigated into it, but you can. I saw a documentary. That's what I'm saying. A willy extender, they call it, I think, professionally. I didn't. I mean, I've not looked into the prices, but under 10 grand. But I'm not. This is what the documentary said. I think. That's what the website said, anyway. And it's really weird because, if you go online and you look something up and you get constant adverts for stuff. So now I'm getting adverts for, Viagra and, all kinds of stuff, prostate test exams and all kinds of things in the it's like, why are you sending me this adverts for? Oh, YouTube. So even though I've only got 1,632 subscribers, which is really, really small, I know. I used to have a YouTube channel. I've had a few over the years, but I used to have quite a fairly successful one from 2007 to 2013. And I was one of the first YouTube hypnotists, like ever. One of the first. I wasn't the first, but I was among the first. Bearing in mind, YouTube only really came to the UK. People started using it in 2007. I'd not even heard of it before then. So I was among the first. And I was also one of the first ASMR people. But I didn't know what ASMR was. I didn't know what people telling me that I was doing ASMR. Like, what was that? So then I started focusing a bit more on that in about 2011. 2010, 2011. So yeah. So I've been around a long time. I've got... Let's have a look if it tells me how many recordings. Oops. How could I find out? Oh yeah, I know how to do it. If I look up the channel, my channel, it should tell me I got 3,800 videos on my YouTube channel. 3,800. So it gives you an idea. When I say I've been around, you can actually look at the old videos. The first ones I did were in black and white. There was no colour back then. It's true. I've got old stuff. Where is it? I've got quite a few different playlists. Old stuff. Old. Where is it? Really old videos. Okay. Really 216 really old videos. And I've got the dates on some of them. Oh no, I haven't. Some, yeah, so these, if I go back, I don't want it to actually play. If I go back, right, this one. So if I click on this, the 6th of August 2009, this was a chronic pain relief session. I've got, that's when I was at university studying counselling. Oh, here we go. The 15th of April 2007. And this was a 10-minute video relaxation. So yeah, initially in 2006, I was posting my videos onto MySpace. And then Facebook came along, absolutely annihilated MySpace, and everyone just herded to Facebook. And then the videos, I can't believe there's a video here, right? And this is back in, have I got a date for it? 2020, so I haven't got an actual date. I got such a big beard. That was during the period when I had to have masks on all the time. So it's quite weird because women seem to prefer me when I had a mask on. It's weird, isn't it? So, yeah, there's quite a few videos on there. I've been watching some of the videos from the past. I can't watch videos from the future, can I guess? But you know what I mean. I've been watching some of the older videos, the Let Me Bore You to Sleep ones specifically. From 2018, 19, 20, just random videos. And there's something quite nice, nostalgic-y about it. See, I don't really appreciate them when I've done them. But in 5 years' time or 10 years' time, I'll probably like to be able to look back at this video and see what kind of things I was talking about. See how young and sexy I was 10 years ago, because I'll be 65 in 10 years. Oh, it's not fair. So, you know, it would be kind of weird to be able to look back and see myself and like, okay, so this is Sunday the 28th of December. Have I really got to look to see what month it is? It's the 28th of December, 1932. So 2025. And it's kind of weird. Because I used to do journals. I used to write journals for years and years and years and years, like for a long time, decades. And I destroyed them all. So I started writing a journal in 1989. I left the journal in a place that I was living when I moved out and lost it. Went round and she said, nope, it's not here. So I think she chucked it out. Then in 1990, I started writing journals again, but this time I decided I wanted to do comedy. So I was kind of trying to think up some jokes and stuff like that. But it was still a journal about my life, how I was feeling, how I was thinking, what I was up to, and all that stuff. And I continued all the way through living in London from when I went back to London in January 1991, and then I moved away in September 2001. And I continued my journaling, through my 30s as well. I had little gaps where I didn't do anything, but I continued through my 30s, and then probably late 30s, I didn't do a huge amount. And then when I was 40, I destroyed them all. So I had a massive pile of pads. They were just like A4, refill pads, really, basically. And some of them had, 50 pages. Some of them had 200 pages, 240 pages. It depended on how many pages each one had. And I would use, where is it? Here we go. See, this pen is dead now, unfortunately. I left the lid off. I would use this, not this particular pen. I mean, they're good, but they don't last for 40 years or 30 years. So this is the pen I got. One of these, or maybe a pack of two. And I was writing, and that's how I write, just in case you're wondering. So it took a while. And I'd love to be able to go back and just revisit how I was in those days, especially certain periods in my life where I know I did do a lot of journaling because I was going through a rough patch, let's say. And I'm never going to get that back. So, in a way, making these videos, even though the purpose of it is to bore people, to be relaxing, to be calming, which I've been told they are because I've been doing it a long time now, it's also a journal, I suppose. It's me journaling my life, very boring life, but journaling my life, audio and video. Mainly audio for the Let Me Boy to Sleeps, but they're also uploaded as videos as well now. And I used to do a Jason Chats vlog, which I did. So I started vlogging, I think it was 2007. I started vlogging, where I would just I used to call them update videos, where I'd just say, well, I'm doing this, doing that, I'll be making this recording, I've done this, and, whatever. And I started doing them a bit more often when I moved away from the town I was living in, to be closer to the university I was studying at. And then I started, doing update videos every maybe week or two. And I did those for quite a while, and then I started calling them Jason Chats vlogs. I'm not quite sure when I started calling them that. And they turned into more, maybe 2010, I don't know. And they turned more into probably a bit more in-depth than would be got from this Let Me Bore You to Sleep. Because I'd talk about things that may be a little bit serious sometimes. I mean, I still sometimes, that was very high-pitched, wasn't it? I still sometimes will. Yes. But, it's amazing the amount of millions of people that have flooded through, and they just see this weird man with it's not a wig, honestly, it's real hair. Might look like straw, but it is real hair. And they're just skipping. There's a lot of people skipping, thinking, nope. Cleavage, stay. You know what I mean? It's like skip. What is a man with his top off? Stay. Skip. Oh, there's an argument going on. Stay. So yeah, that's kind of TikTok. There are some famous people on TikTok. I follow a few celebrities, which is, I don't know, I was just surprised. I'm not on here to, I guess in a way I am participating in TikTok because I'm recording, but it's like an adjunct. It's like just a little additional thing. And if people want to or are interested in watching me do this live, it's definitely, some people would like to watch me live, if they knew I was doing it. If they knew. I'm a bit of a star, Yeah. But some people would probably want to watch it, because the thing is, this could go wrong live. If I start coughing, if someone knocks on the door, Vinnie will start barking. That's why I can't do a live recording, for YouTube. I can do this, but then I will record it separately, edit out any barking or yelling or shouting. What's a shouting? Shouting. Any kind of background noise, or me sneezing or laughing or whatever that might happen. I was going to say it and then turn it into a professional recording, but that's never going to happen. I don't do professional. Hopefully I do listenable too. Listenable. But I don't know about professional. Never been very professional. I'd like to be, I don't know, would I? I mean, I'm not getting paid. The main thing, it's weird. It's every time someone turns up, it's just, and then they just leave. I haven't had any major so far on TikTok. I'm a little bit distracted by it, but I'll get used to it, and I'll probably just ignore it eventually if I do it every time. But it's kind of I've done it a few times, and it's amazing how many people were leaving really horrible messages. And I've seen that on other TikToks where I've seen people crying because of what's been said. Now, you can't make me cry anyway, so I wouldn't. It's not like a dare. But what I mean is, I've been on social media for, nearly 20 years. So I've heard, I've seen everything. It's ridiculous. Some of the stuff that people post. And I found out quite early on, I know I've told this story before, if you're on TikTok or if you're on Instagram or on YouTube, Facebook, wherever you post your stuff, or if you go live and you got someone giving you absolute grief, being abusive to you, or leaving horrible comments, just remember that it's very likely that it's just a little kid. It's just a little kid, just a little child that doesn't actually realise, they're not aware really of what they're doing. They're looking at a screen and they're not quite cognizant that it's a human being at the other side of the screen. And they probably would literally look behind the screen. No, there's nothing there. There's nothing there. No, I don't mean literally behind the screen. So I remember I got a comment on one of my videos saying that it was unprofessional and there was too much background sound. So I thought, okay, but they said it in quite a rude way. So I went onto their YouTube channel just to see what they did. And she was doing a meditation, right? Like a yoga meditation. And she had a cat walking all over her, meowing the whole way through it. And then I had another person tell me, just the standard stuff, just being rude. I went to their channel and it was literally like a 10-year-old boy. What is it like? There's no point taking that seriously because they're just, their brains are not working. They're just, it's like shouting at the television. You know, when you see people watching a football match or a sporting event on TV and they're shouting, "Oh, do this, do that." It's like they really believe the people can hear them. But they can't. They can't hear you. Now, the only difference is people can type it in. Because if they couldn't type it in, what would they do? They'd be stuck, wouldn't they? But they can type in. Gabe Horn, hey, just changed my name. Can you tell me what it is so I can see if it's changed? See? It's things like that. It's weird, random questions. And I know that it means something. So it's rude, but I don't know what it is. Because I don't know. Oh, Gabe. Okay. Gay. Right, got you. So, it's... But it's going to be like these 8-year-old children giggling. He just said gay. And they're going to be rolling around, laughing. And then, they might be like 12, 13, and they'll do that ecstatic. And if you're watching this now, and you're the one that just posted that, you're probably in your bedroom with like 3 of your friends, and at least one of you is going to do the exaggerated laugh. Like laughing, and it's not even funny. You're not even like laughing really. It's like, ha, 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 ha. And it's not, you're not really laughing. And you have a competition to see who can laugh longest when it's not real. It's just fake. Because you're just little children. It's weird, isn't it? And some people keep that going into adulthood. It's strange stuff. I mean, I've got my little stalker called Sebastian. But, we're friends, so I don't mind. He can say what he wants. But, I mean, someone once phoned me up. I think it might have been Sebastian. And left a message on my answer machine. And this is when I was counselling, so my phone number was around, on the internet. And he left a message saying, mimicking me doing a hypnosis recording, saying, and now I'd like you to relax your knees, and now relax your nipples, now relax your penis. And what? Honestly, this really happened. And I was like, what the heck is going on here? How did you get my number? Then I found out it was my dad. Bless him. Always was a bit of a joker. But no, it wasn't really my dad. So yeah, try not to take it too seriously, because I know that I think if I was in my teenage years and I was on social media, which there was no social media when I was a kid, I think I would have struggled with it, to be honest. And, this with the bullying, and I mean, sometimes bullying is not even someone saying something horrible, it's the repetition. I mean, you can go up to someone and say, oh, you had your hair cut? I say, yeah. So where'd you have it cut? I said, oh, got it cut at whatever. I said, oh, it's nice. Your hair's nice. Oh, thank you. If every time you see that person say, oh, your hair's nice. Oh, your hair's nice. Oh, lovely hair. Even though it's not insulting, it turns into bullying because it's repetition. And then other people start saying, yeah, your hair's nice. You had a haircut. And it turns, honestly, and then it's suddenly like something that's not even a horrible sentence or a horrible word turns into bullying. So, yeah. I never really got bullied at school. I was quite lucky, but I've had a few people try and bully me since school. A couple. It didn't really go very well. But it's weird. There was two specific ones, actually. There was this bloke at college, and he was like, when I left school, I was like 8.5 stone. I'm slightly heavier than that now. And you could have fitted me inside myself. Having said that out loud, maybe that sounded weird. But, I'm kind of double my size, nearly, to what I was when I left school. Weight-wise, anyway. But I've not grown in height, so obviously I've grown bigger. And so I was at college when I was 16, catering college, part of the YTS scheme when I was in the chip shop. And I got on okay with most of the people. But there was this bloke, and he was like a giant. Vinnie, what are you doing? He's looking for something. He's right underneath the settee. Yeah, I can see you with the corner of my eye. It's called peripheral vision. Peripheral vision. So this boy, and he was, I guess, he's the same age as me. We all seem to be the same age. He was huge. I mean, he's a lot bigger than I am now. Apart from being about 6'4", 6'5", he must have been about 19 stone. Big, which would be, 250 pounds? Or would it be 270 pounds? I don't know. It's really heavy. Big bloke. And he decided to start picking on me. And it started off just like being rude and trying to make fun of me and stuff like that. And it got a little bit out of hand. And in the end, I had to put him in his place. Just like let him know to stop doing it. And he did. So it's that was a weird one, because I went all the way through school apart from one person, and that got sorted quite quick, never really had that to deal with. Maybe, I think if you grow up with brothers, older brothers, you kind of get used. I don't know. I don't know, because I had two older brothers, one 2 years, one 4 years older than me, and I didn't really. Yeah, I guess I just wasn't worried about other kids generally, and everybody was bigger than me. I was the tiniest kid. When I left school, right, there was first years. I left school in the 5th year. There was first years that were bigger than me. When I was 15, leaving school. It's true. I was so tiny, especially going up. I mean, I couldn't even look out the window when I first got there. I might have exaggerated that. Yeah, I might have exaggerated that for effect, but it sounded good, didn't it? I wasn't like 2 foot tall, but I was very short. I'm not short now. I mean, I'm sort of 7 foot, obviously, but I'm not. I'm 5'8", 5 foot, or 5'9", depending, because a nurse who gave me medical last year or the year before put me down as 5'9". But I've been 5'8" since I left school, and I've been measured a lot. I've done a lot of measuring of myself, or no, I have been measured, and always 5'8". So yeah, I don't know. I don't think it really makes any difference. I'm used to it. I mean, if I woke up and I'd been 6'6" and suddenly I was 5'8", it would be a problem. I would ooh. I probably wouldn't just go, ooh. I'd probably more to it than that. I'd probably go, ooh, But basically, this bloke tried to bully me and it didn't go well. And then, oh God, yeah. It's been a few times, and I've had to just stop it. I was working in security in the building site it was the new Opera House in London, is it Covent Garden? So they were building a new Opera House. This was 97. And one of the builders, or one of the people in charge of the whole site, kept calling me a name, and it was annoying me. So I had to shut him down, and he didn't know where to go with that because I made him look silly in front of his friends. And I think then they moved me off the site after that. But I couldn't put up with it. I had to stop it because it was just getting silly, and it was just repetition. It wasn't. What he's saying wasn't nice, but it wasn't like he wasn't being aggressive. It was just being just silly. And then there was another time, here's me saying I've never been bullied. This again, I was doing a temporary job, and this was 97 as well. I was in this bakery just for one day, and this bloke was really trying to kind of boss me around. I mean, technically, I was there to do a job, to be bossed around, but not he was doing it in a kind of taking advantage, really. I mean, he didn't have a whip. I wouldn't have minded that. Ooh. No, he didn't have a whip, but I said, it's time to go. He said, no, you have to finish this before you go. So I said, okay. He said, if you don't finish that, you won't get paid. So it was their problem. But they had to finish the load or whatever, and so I was annoyed. And so I finished the shift, but he was really, really on me the whole time. And I'm across the road, wait for the bus to go home, and he comes out and he looks at me. He starts walking towards me, and then he walks away because I just like, dude, he was trying to be friendly to me. It's like, no, I don't know why he was like that. I was quite a nice person, I think, back then. I think so. I think I was. I don't know. Community flagged comments. Right, wow. So, someone's been shut down. I wonder if anyone's ever going to send me. How many? So 100 hearts. So thank you, whoever sent me that. I wonder if anyone's going to actually send me a gift one day. If I keep doing this, I got this theory. It's a theory that if I do this every day at a certain time, so if I come on here at 5 o'clock every afternoon or evening, whatever you want to call it, 5 p.m. UK time, and do my Let Me Bore You to Sleep, maybe I'll build an audience up on TikTok. It's possible. I don't know. If I have like a set time every day. Maybe not every day, but like Monday to Friday. I don't know, maybe. And then maybe someone might send me a gift. A box of chocolates. I don't know, whatever the gifts are. Then I can become a TikTok millionaire. Because at the moment, I don't know, it'd be nice to... I don't like wasting my time. Now, I know this is the TikTok thing is just like a separate thing, and as soon as I've recorded it, as soon as I finish the recording, it's all deleted, which seems a little bit of a shame, to be honest, a little bit of a shame. So hi to everyone that's joined. So I don't know why TikTok just doesn't save the lives and keep them stored. Well, other than I guess it would take up a huge amount of room. But if they offered people a chance to have that and maybe pay for it even, you know, pay a certain amount every month, and all your live recordings will be saved for people to view later on if they want to. I don't know. Maybe it's just not what they want to do. It's not what they're about. How often do I go live is a question. I don't know. And Sla says, I don't know either. I love TikTok. Yeah, it seems weird. Like I didn't realise the very first time I did a TikTok live where I was singing a couple of weeks back. I'm not saying it was good. I'm not saying that I should get a recording contract or anything. May you give me a galaxy. You may give me anything you want. I don't even know what it means, to be honest with you. I don't know how that works. But thank you. I don't know how to... Neither do I. I don't know. But I would have quite liked to have listened back to the recording, the video of me singing, because some of it might have been okay. Some of it might have been awful, but some of it might have been all right. But with these ones, because I'm recording and Let Me Bore You to Sleep with this, and that's what voice memos are for, broski. That's what voice memos are for. I don't know what that means. What's a voice memo? Trust a voice memo. I don't know what a voice memo is. An app. Okay. I mean, I know there is a way to do it. I saw online that there is a way to do it, but I just don't know how. I need to look into it. But this is being recorded by my camera anyway. I'll just record my voice. Well, I'm doing this anyway, so the microphone, this is recording studio, not the one you can hear, but this microphone here is sort of recording separate for my podcast. And the video over there, I will join the audio and the video together to make the YouTube video. And I've got a podcast. It's called Let Me Bore You to Sleep. And my name's Jason Newland. Like it says, I don't use a fake name or anything on it. I just use my real name. But it's Let Me Bore You to Sleep. My website is jasonnewland.com. I'm on Spotify. I'm on Apple Podcasts. I'm on everywhere, to be honest. I don't think there's a podcast I'm not on, if that makes any sense. I'll tell you where I am. I'm on Apple Podcasts, Overcast, Podcast Addict, Spotify, Spreaker, generic Android app, Pocket Casts, Castbox, iHeartRadio, Chrome, iVoox, Apple Core Media, Podcast Republic, Roku, VLC, Amazon Music, Deezer, Alexa Media Player, AntennaPod, Podcast Guru, and others as well. So you can actually ask Alexa to listen to me. Please play Let Me Bore You to Sleep by Jason Newland. And it should find, I don't know if it will, but it should do. As soon as I started talking, everyone went, it's like I'm boring or something. That's not fair. I'm not boring. So, the last 2 days, or Boxing Day 26, yesterday, Saturday 27th. So yesterday, boxing was on. And it was Inoue, who is he's in the top 10 pound for pound boxers in the world. And he's a little boxer. He's like flyweight or something like that, featherweight. He's very low weight, but he's phenomenal. And I think Usyk, he might be number one. I think Usyk's number one, who's the heavyweight champion. So, and it was all Japanese fighters fighting. Most of them were fighting other fighters from other countries, and it was in Dubai instead of Japan. So yeah, I watched that. I think it started at 9 a.m. in the morning here, and I like that. If there's an Australian or Japanese boxing, it's on in the morning in the UK, which is so much better than the American, because if an American fight's on, it will start like 10 in the evening, and the main fight perhaps won't be on till 3, 4 in the morning. It's just, no, it's not good. I wish America and the UK could kind of get together with boxing and say, look, we'll take turns. You can have the boxing on a Saturday afternoon this month, and then next month we'll have the main fights on. Any fights that we have, we'll have them on a Saturday afternoon. So that way we'll all be able to watch it, either Saturday afternoon or early evening. That's weird. Live will end in 5 minutes if I don't. It detected inactivity. Does everyone get that when they do a live? I mean, I'm still here. I think. Yeah, that'd be good. So because I'm thinking boxing is not like massively popular in America as it used to be. So having it on a Saturday afternoon might actually be better. In fact, it might be better for us to have it on a Saturday afternoon than a Saturday evening. But then it would be competing with football. And that will not be happy. People won't be happy with that. But it wouldn't affect me because I'd watch the boxing. So yeah, Saturday afternoon, that'd be brilliant to be able to watch a sport that's on during the day. Because boxing is my favourite sport. To be able to watch it during the day like people can with football or with tennis or with snooker or with cricket or with rugby, American football, baseball, all those sports that are on in the afternoon. It's brilliant. You can go out for the day, go and watch it, and it's during the light and that, if you want to watch it live. Here, if you want to watch boxing, you have to go out in the evening. I mean, there is some boxing on during the day, I suppose, but generally the big fights in the UK or in England are in the evening. And then we finish in like 11 o'clock at night. It's like, how are you supposed to get home from that? Why can't we have it during the day? I'd love that. That would actually make me happy in a way I can't express without dancing for you. And it'd be a weird dance. It'd be like the octopus dance. Octopus dance, dancing with a starfish. That's kind of what would go on there. Made of chocolate. Actually, chocolate starfish, let's move on from that. So yeah, I'd love that. So love. Boxing to be on a Saturday afternoon. Every afternoon. It'd be so good. Laura, I want to see the dance now. No, you don't. No, you don't. I'll do. No, you don't. Trust me. It might seem like you do, but you don't. I think you're gone now. You've left me. Just when I thought we were getting on, I thought it was like a real potential long-term, lifetime relationship there, and you've just gone, I think. Or are you still there? If you're still there, I'm feeling embarrassed. So yeah, no, you don't want to see me dance. Nobody wants to see me dance. You're still here. Oops. Nobody. No, I don't think. You know what? If I invited like 1,000 people into if I just went on stage and there was a big performance going on, and I went on stage and I know a few comedians, and maybe I say, look, just let me go on stage for 2 seconds, and I offered £10,000 to anybody if they'd stay and watch me dance, I'd still leave with £10,000. In fact, some people would probably give me money to leave. It's true. I used to be a dancer. Well, no, I didn't used to be a dancer. I used to like to dance when I was about 8 years old. And I had this dance move. I would drop to my knees and I'd make this big noise. I'd yell and then I'd jump up again. And I remember my dad saying, because it was at a wedding. It was a wedding. I say funeral, not a funeral. You don't dance at funerals, do you? It was at a wedding. And my dad said, why, it's an interesting dance, little JJ, but can you not dance a bit quieter? I said, no. What do you mean? He said, well, you yell out. Every time you go down on your knees, you scream. Can't you just like turn down the volume? And I said to him, all right, okay, you do it. He said, what? Drop down to your knees. And he said, all right. And he screamed. I said, see, it hurts, doesn't it? And he said, why are you doing it then if it hurts so much? I said, well, it looks cool. And he said, yeah, but it really hurts. I said, yeah, I know. And he said, no, you don't understand. I said, no, I do understand. It hurts. I do it all the time. I know it hurts. He said, no, but I need an ambulance. Can you please call an ambulance? And I said, you were criticising me a minute ago, Dad. Now you want my help. I was rude. And he said, woe betide you. If you don't get me an ambulance, you're going to be in trouble. I said, what are you going to do? I just stepped back. You can't get to me. You can't even move. He said, my knees will heal up eventually. I thought, yeah, true. So, none of that happened. But yeah, I used to drop down to my knees. Even then, at 9, 10, 12, and it went on for a while, 15, 32, even then I knew, it was the back of my mind, this might come back to haunt me. Not the memory of it, but like jumping down onto my knees, it probably wasn't good for my knees. It probably wasn't, it wasn't the best way to treat my knees. You know, probably, I wasn't giving my knees love. That's what I mean. I wasn't giving my knees, I wasn't being kind to my knees. But it looked good to me, although I couldn't see myself doing it. Unfortunately, I was too small, because if I did it in front of a mirror, I'd just land on my knees, but the mirror would be high up and I couldn't see myself anyway. And I thought the only way I can do this is if I actually have the mirror on the floor. And I did it then, and then I broke the mirror. Caused myself even more pain. So yeah, it's no winning. See, I've got someone here. Ryan wants me to say hi. It's going to be rude. It's going to be something rude. I don't want to say anything rude. Sorry, Ryan. I don't want to say anything rude. And I'll say hi to you, but I don't know who that person is. And it's probably a rude word if you put the two together. I'm probably going to say something, and how am I supposed to get to sleep if I've said a naughty word? Hey? How am I supposed to move on from that in life? Oh, wait a minute, I'm an adult. And I don't care. Hey, you love me, Lacey, thank you. I love you more than I've ever loved anyone. It's almost amazing. The instant connection, it's like... You love you more. I know you're gonna be speaking to your friends and like, oh, I saw this old man on TikTok. He shouldn't have been there. He should be in an old people's home, surely. How did he get hold of a laptop or a phone? And I just fell in love with him. It was something about his big pink face and his grey hair. Oh, I could imagine how bad he smelt. Oh, and I just fell for him. Oh, I got all weak at the knees. So that's how I see that one going down. Hey, some of us do actually love you. Thank you. Are you one of my regular listeners, Laura? I'm sorry. If you are, I do apologise. I am. I apologise to you. You are my number one. Apparently you're my number one fan. So thank you. Sorry, Laura. The thing is, I'm not used to being on here, so I don't know who's who. Does that make sense? Sorry. I am loved, see? I am, everyone. Some people love me. I am loved. I'm the one who asked you what your favourite dinosaur is one time. I know I disappointed you, and you're not the first woman that I've disappointed. I didn't come up with anything particularly interesting, did I, about dinosaurs? I remember that. I remember. Yep. I don't know much about dinosaurs, really. I mean, when I was a kid, a lot of the dinosaur movies, I mean, literally, they weren't from when I was a kid. They were from when probably my dad was a kid, were being shown. It's just, so now people are just posting amounts of money. So I don't know what that's about. I'm going to cough now. How do I do this so you can't hear me coughing? Mute microphone. Right. I think that did it. Could you hear me coughing? That was a nice cough. Could you still hear me coughing though? You shouldn't be able to. Good, thank you. The dinosaurs in the old movies, and I say old, like too old for me, like they were like from the 50s and 60s and stuff. They used like a turtle or tortoise and turned it into a dinosaur, and it just looked like a tortoise, but with horns. So yeah. No, you were muted, don't worry. Thanks, Laura. And Lacey as well, thanks. What was I talking? Oh yeah. We didn't really have much in the way of dinosaurs until Jurassic Park. Really. I mean, there was the King Kong movies, wasn't there? So we had a few of those. But Jurassic Park was probably the first time that dinosaurs looked good on film. And then I watched the first couple, but I didn't really continue watching them. I don't remember learning about dinosaurs at school. I don't remember. Did I? I don't know. I might have done. What would that be in history, wouldn't it? I guess it's not going to be... well, definitely not going to be in the religious studies, is it? Right, we're going to take a break from the Bible, the New Testament. Now we're going to talk about dinosaurs. Yeah, probably wouldn't have fitted in there. It's weird. Maybe geography with... That's the thing. Laura, I think there's a big crossover between history and geography, isn't there? Because you got the geography. I don't know. I'm trying to what I'm saying. Like you got the history of, let's say, a country, but then you got the geography of the country, and so you got the. It's just connected, so connected. I was trying to sound mildly clever then, but it didn't work. So you know about dinosaurs because of your 3-year-old. Yeah, I bet your 3-year-old knows a lot more than I do. Oh, yeah, I don't. Godzilla. I never really understood Godzilla because Godzilla was the most powerful dinosaur, but it wasn't kind of a dinosaur, was it? It's kind of this. Was he created by? Was he supposed to have been created because of the atomic blast or something? Like he was a turtle, and then I don't know. But King Kong really didn't stand a chance, did he? Against what's his name? I forgot the name now. It's gone out of my head. I was thinking of something different. I was thinking about something else. Removed your soundproofing goes. The King Aiden removed wall soundproofing goes hard. Okay, I did remove my soundproofing. I'm going to put some up in the future, but right now it's just going to be there for now. So this microphone, it doesn't really echo. So this one, maybe it's a little bit of an echo, but this one, it's a much clearer sound. In fact, this is the same microphone that was used with radio stations. If you look at Frasier, the TV show, I know it's a long time ago, but this is what they were using in radio shows, and they're still one of the best. This specific one wasn't used in Frasier. It's not memorabilia. Although I need to move it, because look, that metal bit there is kind of a bit wonky. I need to straighten it up. So, I don't know what else there is. What else is there to say? Any questions? Any questions? I'll do Q&A Friday on Friday. I missed 3 days. Boxing Day. Only 2 days, really. What is it? 20, 25, 26, 27. So I missed 2 days. I really thought I'd be out for a bit because of the cough, but I seem to be okay, apart from that one time that I coughed. Seemed to be all right. So Laura, what do you think about the idea of me doing, as you're the only one listening, watching live, what do you think about the idea of me doing these recording on TikTok at like 5 o'clock, which is around this time, isn't it? I don't know where you are in the world. This might be like 2 a.m. for you, I don't know. I don't know where you are in the world. Unless, of course, you're gone. You might have been gone now. I know sometimes with Facebook, you know, when you do a live, it only looks like there's 3 people there, but there's actually loads more. You find out when you've done it that you've had 5 people watching. Yeah. It's gone quiet. Vinnie's very quiet right now. He's asleep. Bless him. I don't know what to eat tonight. I just don't know. I need to eat something, but I don't know what. Pizza. I've got a frozen pizza in the oven. Maybe I'll do that. In the oven, in the freezer. God, if it was in the oven, it would be burnt. Proper burnt by now. So, are you still there, Laura? Is there anybody there? Anybody there? Is there anybody there? So yeah, this is a weird recording. Chroma asked me what team do I support. I don't. I support me. Just me. I'm a boxing fan, so I don't support any teams. I'm also in the UK, so I don't know where you're from. So you might be talking about baseball, you might be talking about, oh, you're in England, okay, cool. No, I don't support. I support England when England play, football, but I don't. Not really into it. I don't know. I went to one football match. No, not rugby. The only thing I like is boxing. MMA, UFC, a bit, but boxing is the only thing that I like. So that's my main. I'm quite into it, actually. God, rugby. They're tough blokes, I tell you, and tough women who play rugby. That's a hard game. It's really weird. You can put a line-up of people, and you could put them in with boxers and ask which one's a boxer, which one's a rugby player. You won't be able to tell by their face. They're tough people. Do I like KSI? He's all right. He's quite romantic. He's a gentle lover. Don't tell him I said that, because he likes to think that he's quite domineering. But he isn't. It's very... Logan Paul... I don't know. A bit too much saliva when he kisses. These are questions that I don't normally get asked on my recordings. Deji is perfect. Now, I want to talk about Deji. I want to talk about boxing. This is a serious thing to say. When Deji fought Floyd Mayweather, he's the only one, I think, that actually really put up a good fight against Floyd Mayweather than anyone else that did it, like in like the YouTube people. And Deji hit Mayweather with a good punch. Now, before that, Mayweather, literally Floyd, was in the corner between rounds, dancing up and down like it was some kind of circus. And he's like, I'm the king and everything. But when he got punched by Deji, really hard punch, he didn't like it. And that's when he knocked down Deji. He ended it because he didn't like being hurt. And he was hurt. So I got to respect Deji for that. Because if you can hurt Floyd Mayweather when you're not even a proper boxer, that shows something. That shows a lot. Do I support WWE? Did you know that WWE used to be called WWF? World Wrestling Federation. I watched it when it was a WWF. And I didn't stop watching it because they changed the name. It's just I became an adult. I used to watch it in my late 20s, early 30s. Later, I really loved it. This is during like the early days of not the caretaker, not the pacemaker. What's his name? Not the airmaker. What's his name? There was two, wasn't there? Kane and the caretaker, whatever his name is. Those two. And you'd have The Rock. And he'd ask the question and say, so what do you think about this? What do you think we're going to do next? I don't care what you think we're going to do next. Yeah, stuff like that. And then you had The Undertaker, yeah. And you had the Pitbull. Was it Pitbull? The Bulldog. The English one who was... Yeah, and unfortunately he died, didn't he? But he was in there. I used to like watching him. I think he was from Manchester. And there was the American Olympic world gold medalist, I think, that went into WWF. This is information that you might not know. You might know it. The reason they changed it to WWE is because they were sued by the World Wildlife Fund, WWF, because they thought that maybe people would get confused between the two. So one preserves wildlife and the other one has grown men in skimpy tights groping each other. So in front of children. So, you know, it's a very different thing, isn't it? It's not the same thing. And I don't know why they couldn't just leave it. But I used to love WWF. I didn't stop watching it because they changed their name. I don't know why. I mean, it just seems weird that you have to change your name just to suit a charity. But like, almost like, how are you gonna? Are you really gonna mistake the two things? You know, The Undertaker beats The Rock in the final. I was like, oh no! Is someone going to be watching that thinking, oh no, what's happened to all the trees then? No. Oh, the seagulls might be going. I mean, did they have any wrestlers with the names of wildlife animals? I don't know. So yeah. I think Chrome is gone now. Never mind. So yeah, I used to like watching the wrestling, but when I was like younger. I mean, I'm on Netflix, and I might start looking at it again. But you know, it's as long as you realise it's not real, it's fine. It's weird though. It's a weird concept because it's not real, but they do really get hurt. It's, you know, I'm so glad I never saw any of the live stuff when anyone got like seriously hurt, but I did see it during there was a wrestling match between Big Daddy and Giant Haystacks, which was the English wrestling, and they wore leotards and stuff again. It was, you know, but these were two massive fat men weighing probably 30 stone each, if not more. Absolutely huge men, like as big as you're ever going to see. And Giant Haystacks was the baddie, Big Daddy was the goodie, and they ended up clashing. And it was Saturday night, well, it was Saturday afternoon, peak viewing. Millions of people watched it, like millions. And this was in, I don't know, 80, 81, 82, something like that. And these were both superstars in this country. And they clashed. But they crushed the referee. The referee got in the middle of them. And they had like this little, well, I think anyone would have looked little next to them two. Because they were both like 6'4", 6'5", but probably 8 foot wide. And the referee got in the middle of them, and I think they had to stop the match and call an ambulance and all that stuff. So I saw that live, so that wasn't good. Not something I don't mind seeing that if it's like fake, you know. If it's fake, then they'll carry them off with, you know, because WWE kind of fakeness would be someone gets crushed between the things and they'll just stick them in a coffin and then have an actual funeral in the middle of the ring while the wrestlers are still fighting each other. That's the kind of WWE kind of stuff that would go on. Then you know it's fake. And literally it'd be The Undertaker would be involved, I suppose. I mean, The Undertaker's about 50 years old now. Did you know that? The Undertaker. The Undertaker. How old is he? He's got to be... He's older than me. And he's still going. He's 60 years old. He's 60 years old. I mean, what? And he's still wrestling. He's still doing it. Isn't he? Or is he not doing it anymore? Professional wrestling career 87 to 89. Okay, that was like normal wrestling, I think. World Championship Wrestling 89 to 90. World Wrestling Federation Entertainment, WWE. Debut of The Undertaker 1990 to 91. Okay. I mean, he's been around. The Rebirth Dead Man, 1994 to 96. Lord of Darkness, 96 to 98. Ministry of Darkness Dead Man, 98 to 99. I think I watched it in about 2000. American Badass, 2000 to 2001. I don't know, I'm just confused. So I was watching WWF in 2000/2001. And they used to show it live early hours of the morning. So I used to watch it, and it just used to make me laugh. Because it was so silly. But it was very entertaining, very visually. It was fun to watch. It was just absolutely ridiculous, the whole thing. But it was fun. And it's almost like the wrestlers are superheroes or supervillains. It's very much that kind of thing, isn't it? We had that as well in the UK. So you had Big Daddy, you had Giant Haystacks. Also had this martial artist that used to come on. I think he had like a balaclava on. Quite popular these days. And he was all set up. I think like dressed like a ninja or something. He was running around and doing somersaults and all those kinds of things. Yeah. That was the end of that. I think that's, yeah, got nothing else to say on that. That's kind of done. Well, I'll close my laptop. Vinnie always knows when I'm coming to the end of the recording because he starts to pucker up. Not pucker up, but starts to, see, flapping his ears. He knows. I don't know what he's expecting to happen, but he knows. So, I'm going to go. Just trying to think anything else that's happened. So thank you for everyone listening. Thank you for everyone that's watched on TikTok. Laura, you seem to have stuck with me for a while. I don't know if you're still here or if you've just fallen asleep through boredom. Hopefully you're not driving a lorry or a train. Yeah, it's not really anything. Oh, the fight, the Inui fight. It went 12 rounds. It's rare, really, in my opinion. It's quite rare to see a 12-round fight that's just really good, that shows off how good someone really is. And this one did. He went the distance, and he won comfortably. But the other bloke was no pushover. And he's just something special about that bloke. I tell you, that Inui is so good. He's class. So I'm going to go. Today, I haven't done much. I've just been sort of relaxing. I got myself some Vicks Vapor Rub delivered today. Thought I'd stick that on my chest. can't reach around to put it on my back. Vinnie won't do it. He said he doesn't want to touch me. He likes me as a friend. So, get something to eat. It's probably about 6 o'clock, 6:30 now. Roughly-ish. So, I say thank you for listening. Remember to be kind to yourself, because you do deserve to be happy. And be gentle with yourself. You deserve to feel safe. And also remember that you are enough. You're already enough. And you're going to be okay. Lots of love. Bye.